Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Today, students, we will discuss about nutrition and digestion. That is lecture 3, digestion. Here you can see the diagram in which human digestive system is present, that contains the salivary glands present in your oral cavity, then mouth, pharynx, esophagus. Esophagus is present in your chest area, leads to stomach, having the liver, gallbladder, small intestine, large intestine, pancreas and anus, your outlet to environment. Digestion is a chemical or mechanical breakdown of food into particles that individual cell of an animal can absorb. Just like you take your bread, then this bread is breakdown by your teeth. When goes to stomach, then will be digested further. In small intestine will be digested into enzymatic action and then will absorb. Intracellular digestion. In some of the simplest form of life, some cells take in whole food particles directly from the environment, that is diffusion. Diffusion is just movement of membrane from higher concentration to lower concentration, or by active transport, that is by utilization of ATP across the concentration gradient, it will be transported. Endocytosis is intake of food in solid form into the cell. Breakdown with enzymes to obtain nutrients. This is called intracellular digestion. No need for mechanical breakdown of food. Limits an animal's size and complexity. Provides all or some of the nutrients in protozoan, cnidarian, platyhelminthes, bivalve and primitive chordates. Here is the intracellular digestion. Outside the animal, food particle, and this food particle will go into cell, endocytosis, and then food material. Here in the B diagram, there will be nutrients absorbed into the cell. It means that there will be extracellular digestion, and these materials will be absorbed by the cell. Extracellular digestion. Larger animals have evolved structures and mechanisms. Enzymatic breakdown of larger pieces of food into constituent molecules in a special organ or a cavity. Nutrients take part in energy metabolism or biosynthesis. It means that there is a special system in which food is intake, breakdown, and then smaller molecules will be absorbed by the cell. Animal strategies for getting and using food. That includes continuous or discontinuous feeders, suspension feeders, deposit feeders, herbivory, predation, excessive nutrient absorption, and fluid feeders. Types of feeders. That includes suspension feeders and filter feeders like billion tooth whale. Bulk feeders that include the anaconda, that engulf whole animal. Then substrate feeder is a caterpillar that feed on the leaf, and fluid feeder include the mosquito that sucks your blood. Nowadays, fluid feeder is very much common in your homes. Hope so you are enjoying. Continuous feeders. Continuous feeders are slow moving or completely sessile animals. They intake food all the time. You just observe them that they eat in the morning, then they eat in the evening, then they eat in the night. So every time they eat, remain permanently in one place, and tube worms, barnacles remain in one place and continuously strain small food particles from the water. So they filter the water and engulf the larger particles or food particles into their burrows. Discontinuous feeders tend to be active, highly mobile animals. The discontinuous feeder will just feed one time and then rest of the time will enjoy their own life purposes, activities. So they are highly mobile animals, more digestive specialization. Examples: carnivores, that pursue and capture relatively large prey, eat large meals, and no need to spend their time in permit or storage and the gradual digestion of the large, relatively infrequent meals. Herbivores spend more time in eating than carnivores because carnivores just intake the one animal and leave their path, but herbivores have to intake lot of foods. Then this food will be stored into the stomach. Need to move from area to area. Limit their grazing time to avoid excessive exposure to predators. So avoid predators. They will eat lot of food, lot of plants in a small time and store there in the stomach. Rapid food gathering and gradual dig. Suspension feeders. Suspension feeding is the removal of suspending food particles from the surrounding water by sort of capture, trapping or filtration, like filter feeders. This feeding strategy involves 3 steps: transport of water past the feeding structure, removal of nutrients from the water, and transport of the nutrients to the mouth of the digestive system. Examples: sponges, ascidians, brachiopods, ectopods, coronids, most bivalves, crustaceans, polychaetes, and gastropods. Then suspension feeders. Suspension feeders include sponges, and these sponges are heterotrophic, use filter feeding. Thus food will go into the gastrovascular cavity and their cells will filter the organic material and water will be go back. That is passing it through the large opening osculum at the one end of the body. Now you can see the diagram, that is osculum, spicules, incurrent pores, porocytes, conocytes, flagellum. Now deposit feeders. Deposit feeders includes primarily omnivorous animals and obtain their nutrients from the sediments of the soft bottom habitats. That include the mud, sand, terrestrial soil, swallow large quantities of sediments. Examples include polychaetes, annelids, snails, sea urchin and earthworm. Deposit feeding. Here you can see that these animals have the modified protosomal appendages, tentacles, and feeding tentacles extended to gather organic matter from the substrate. Herbivory. Herbivory, consumption of macroscopic plants that require bite and chew apparatus. Your teeth, your hard surfaces. So hard surfaces include the teeth, most powerful muscles, and mollusks have the radula. Radula is a rasping tongue present in the mollusk that just when placed on the surface then will rub the surface or will erase the surface and intake the material into the body, into oral cavity. Polychaetes have the sets of large chitinous teeth on a eversible proboscis. Eversible is proboscis that can be everted outside from the mouth. So this proboscis is chitinous. Then insects and crustaceans have large powerful mandibles. Mandibles are like jaws. Herbivory. Here you can see grazing animals that include cow, goat, deer, giraffe. Predation. Predation is one of the most sophisticated feeding strategies since it requires the capture of live prey. Predators include motile stalkers, lurking predators, grazing carnivores. Motile stalkers are very active animals like protozoans, simian, polychaetes, worms, gastropods, octopuses, squids, crabs, sea stars, and many vertebrates. They pursue their prey. They search their prey. Then lurking predators, they sit and wait for their prey to come within seizing distance. That is praying mantis, shrimps, crabs, spiders, polychaetes, and many vertebrates. Grazing carnivores, most about the substrate picking up small organisms, that is sponges, tunicates, snails and worms. Here is predator and prey. Surface nutrient absorption, that is directly absorb nutrients from the external medium across their body surfaces, because nutrient rich seawater, if present along the animal habitat, fluid in other animals' digestive tract like your intestinal worms, body fluids of other animals and free living protozoa. Endoparasitosis is common in humans, as small worms live your intestine and just feed on your intestinal material like nematodes. Endoparasitic protozoans, cestodes, worms, endoparasitic gastropods and crustaceans, they lick the mouth and digestive system and absorb nutrients from their host. Non-parasitic multicellular organisms also lick mouth and digestive system and absorb nutrients across their body surfaces. Here is stomach and stomach parasites. So they absorb nutrients from the stomach surfaces. Fluid feeders. Fluid feeders on biological fluid. Characteristics of some parasites such as leeches, ticks and mites and lampreys. Lampreys basically have the teeth very sharp present on their tongue. They use suction cups to grip its fish host, then will make a hole, will secrete the anticoagulant and then blood sucking will be started. Insects have sucking apparatus like butterflies, moths and aphids, so they feed on the nectar. Blood sucking mosquitoes have the piston stylets, due to which they make hole in your blood vessels and suck the blood. Mostly female mosquitoes suck the blood because female mosquitoes have to produce the eggs. Most pollen and nectar feeding birds have the long bills and tongues just to feed on the nectars. Tongues of some birds have the brush-like tip or a hollow or both to collect the nectar from the flowers. Nectar feeding birds have short bills, make a hole in the base of the flower and use their tongue to obtain nectar through the hole. The only mammals that feed exclusively on the blood are vampire bats. They have the sharp teeth on the front that puncture the blood vessels and leave the oozing wound. Here is an insect, fluid feeder.